An open letter to old men in department stores.
An open response to a feminist bitch with an axe to grind that's obviously got nothing to do with the fact that she works in a department store.
Dear old men in department stores.
That's an imaginative way to begin. Let's just hope the rest of your open letter that isn't actually a letter at all is equally as interesting.
Stop hitting on me. Just because a woman happens to work in the public space that you're currently inhabiting doesn't mean you have a free pass to comment on her appearance.
So you think any comment on your appearance is someone hitting on you? So if an old man were to say, "Where's your name tag? I'd like to report you to your manager for being a rude, presumptuous bitch," he's hitting on you. Alright, I'm just checking.
Especially when she's 30 years younger than you are and you're with your preteen daughter. It's gross and you're creepy.
I'd find this whole you finding it creepy thing more convincing if you didn't have that 2-foot grin on your face while you're saying it. I think there's a big difference that feminism has blinded you to between friendly and flirting. You don't seem like the type of girl I'd flirt with. I mean, you're kind of easy on the eye, I guess, but you look like the kind of girl you'd date for a month or so and then get stalked by for years.
I really wish you would all stop assuming that if a woman's nice to you, she's like encouraging your romantic or sexual advances.
You wish we'd stop assuming that? Well, I wish you'd stop assuming that all older gentlemen are romantically interested in you. You see how this generalization thing works? Besides, at this point, I'm pretty sure you've gotten to the stage of feminism where your vagina has grown teeth.
It's 10 a.m. and we're standing in the curtain aisle. I'm not flirting with you.
Who buys curtains at 10 a.m? Anyway, I'm pretty sure anything that a man says or does you'd consider flirting. You strike me as remarkably full of yourself, and frankly could do with being taken down a few pegs.
And before you try to insist that it's just a compliment and you're just trying to be nice.
Compliments like, a uniform, you must work here, or, excuse me madam, might I inquire about these curtains? I don't know, she does likely get some more lewd comments, but this is a remarkably under-detailed open letter.
Please hear me when I tell you that it doesn't make me feel good about myself when you look me up and down and ask if I'm happily married.
Well, putting myself in their shoes, I'd be looking up and down at you in disdain and disgust, wondering exactly who'd marry you and how happy you could be in that marriage. So the question would more likely be for the benefit of the poor bastard you've captured rather than inquiring about your availability.
But that wasn't really the purpose of the comment, was it? I'm at work, which means I'm all but contractually obligated to appease you.
No, I imagine the purpose of the question was to strike up a light-hearted conversation with somebody who's contractually obliged to appease me. You see, when I go shopping, I'm a nice guy. I've worked in shops. I know what it's like when you get shit customers, and I know what it's like to have nice customers. The kind of customers who actually give a shit and tell you to have a nice day. So perhaps that's the purpose of you being asked if you're happily married. Rather than suggesting, oh dear, you're having marital problems, let's go behind one of these curtains and have crazy department store sex.
And you know that. You hit on me because you know that I can't outright reject you. And that makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, nothing makes me feel better than talking to some bitter feminist convinced all I want is sex in the curtain aisle at 10 a.m. And knowing that she can't outright reject me, or by the same token, accept the offer. Nothing like idle conversation being mistaken for sexual harassment.
You're like those hunters who clip the bird's wings and then hold up what they've caught as if it's some sort of accomplishment. But I'm not a bird.
Actually, in the English vernacular, you are a bird. It's synonymous with girl, I guess. And it's a hell of a comparison to compare these men buying curtains to literal predators and hunters that go out and hunt birds. That seems mildly extreme for someone even of your caliber of feminist crazy.
And the absence of my vitriol doesn't mean you've won me. I didn't ask for your opinion on my face because I don't want it.
Okay, good, because my opinion of your face would hardly be glowing. You see, I regard personality just as important as physical appearance, and right now, with your attitude, you're about as attractive as Angela Merkel.
The only reason why I smile and say thank you when you needlessly comment on my appearance is because if I said what I was actually thinking, I'd probably get fired.
You'd probably get fired if your employers saw this video and saw what an attitude-ridden cunt you really are. It's extremely lucky for you that we don't stoop to the level of feminists and SJWs and scope for people's jobs when they hold opinions we disagree with. Or, as in your case, are complete cunts.
Bottom line, I have a name, and it's not beautiful, sweetheart, or good looking. Maybe next time, try looking at my fucking name tag.
Why do I get the feeling that if I look at your name tag, you're gonna bitch and moan that I'm staring at your tits where your name tag happens to be? Well, this was an extremely crude open letter, and as such, hopefully an even more crude response. But my advice would be, if you find yourself in the department store and see this woman working, I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for in a different store, far, far away from this feminazi nutcase. So, lovely viewers, what casual conversation starters can you make sexist? I'll put the ones that make me laugh the most at the end of my next video, and as always, thank you for your time.